Farah Al Qasimi ist eine Künstlerin in ihren frühen 30ern, die in Abu Dhabi geboren ist, heute in New York lebt. Und sie ist einer der Shootingstars der internationalen Szene, muss man im Moment sagen. Also sie hat im europäischen Kontext in Gruppenausstellungen nur ausgestellt. Aber also ihre Arbeiten sind in so großen Sammlungen wie dem Guggenheim in New York und in Abu Dhabi vertreten. Parallel installiert sie jetzt hier gerade im SF MoMA. Also es ist eine eben Künstlerin mit postmigrantischer Biografie, die unheimlich nah am Puls der Zeit arbeitet, glaube ich, und gerade einfach sehr viel unterwegs ist auch.
When the visitors come to my exhibition, they are going to see 4 walls, 2 of them a little bit overwhelming and 2 of them a little bit more spaced out. And basically the show is a collection of photographs and new video and image installation from the last few years that really combines a lot of different ways of making images to come together around this theme of haunting.
Ja, die Ausstellung ist ja sehr installativ und so überfordernd vielleicht auch ein bisschen, will sie glaube ich auch sein, ist so ein Ineinanderblenden von Auseinandersetzungen mit sozusagen der Post-Internet-Kultur, in der Ost- und West-Tradition, Moderne, Brauchtum und irgendwie Neues alles verschmolzen sind.
The exhibition is called Poltergeist, partially as an ode to one of my favorite horror movies called Poltergeist from 1985, where a little girl gets sucked into the TV in her house, and it's, you know, kind of just a metaphor for the digital realm or a world that you can't see. And for me, I think it becomes this word where we can talk about things that we can't see. I'm less interested in the kind of spooky aspect of it and more interested in it as a metaphor for the different energies that infiltrate our homes without us noticing, like the kind of technology of algorithmic advertising and data mining, these different unseen but harmful or invasive presences that are working to disrupt the peace within a home.
Ich glaube, in unserer Installation ist das Übernatürliche eigentlich eine Metaphorik, um sich mit der Konsumkultur und der Überforderung sozusagen der Bildwelten um uns herum zu beschäftigen. Also wie kann man über Dinge nachdenken in Medien, die irgendwie mit der Realität verbunden sind, die man eigentlich nicht greifen kann. Ich glaube, das ist ein Grund, warum sie irgendwie diese Metaphorik da gewählt hat.
There are so many everyday objects in my work because I think about them a lot, I look at them a lot, and I spend a lot of time with them. But it's more about the life cycle of objects and the way that certain materials, certain synthetic materials like plastic, has really affected our relationship to the things that we own. It's like we end up being the ghosts that haunt our objects because we use them. We live with them. There must be some way that they can hold some part of us. So there are certain objects that I photograph obsessively because I see them almost as stand-ins for the people who use them every day. The film that I worked on, called Psychic Repair, is kind of in 2 parts. The first part is more of an essay that looks at what shopping does to us, both online and otherwise, and how our attention spans have constantly been rewired for this sense of renewal, where you think, okay, I need this. If I get this, then I will become this person who I want to be. But just as quickly as you get it, you forget about it, and then you're on to the next thing. So I think it looks at time and excess in that way, and also in the editing, which is very quick.
Und der zweite beschäftigt sich mit einer Puppe, die von ihren Besitzern weggeworfen wurde und die dann quasi zurückkehrt, um eben ihr Spukgeschäft mit den ehemaligen Besitzern zu treiben. Und man sieht dazwischendrin immer sozusagen so kleine Inszenierungen, die sie in ihrem Studio gefilmt hat, vor einem Greenscreen mit lauter so kleinen Objekten, die sie sammelt, Schuhe, Tische, Stühle, und die dann eben so auseinanderstreben und anfangen sich zu bewegen, weil irgendwie die unsichtbare Hand quasi den Teppich wegzieht und dann streben die Dinge eben auseinander und auch der Film wird also sozusagen gespukt von der unsichtbaren Kraft, eben dem Poltergeist.
In the history of poltergeist hauntings, a lot of the explanations made by the church or by exorcists is that people's psychic energy, their misplaced energy, ends up somehow being transferred to objects. And then those objects might jump off of a table and smash into the wall, or might lift a chair onto a table, or might, fly plants around. And that to me, even though there's not really any scientific backing, but those ways that humanity has attempted to explain the unexplainable, for me that really relates to how photography works, where a lot of the time you see an image, and even if it's something familiar to you, you think, how was that made? So I like that there can be a relationship that you have to something extremely familiar that's renewed just by seeing it in a different setting, at a different scale. I don't want to answer that because I watch a lot of ghost videos on the internet, and some of them I really do believe and some of them I don't. But what I believe in most is people's fear, is when you can sense that somebody believes it. So I believe in people's belief in the supernatural, and I'll leave it at that.